never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me, yeah. Wait, I think I'll last a bit longer. Find another reason to breathe this air.
Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd Family a part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. It is a Friday. Hopefully everybody has enjoyed the week so far, and hopefully you're looking forward to the weekend, and hopefully you have some big plans with the family this weekend. But today, here on the channel, I want to talk some college football. I know I've already done a couple of videos sometime between January and now talking about the transfer portal, but now that it's April and most teams have played their spring game, players are now allowed to transfer again. So some of the players that did not transfer after last season ended have announced they are transferring now that the team they are currently playing for has played their spring game. Now, I'm not going to sit here and mention every single player that is transferring, because just like the ones that I did a couple of months ago, there are a bunch of players that are transferring, and some of them are guys that you've never heard of, and they're going to go to schools that you've never heard of. So in a month from now, you're going to forget all about them. But I do want to talk about some of the more prominent names, a lot of the names that you'll recognize. As always, any thoughts on it, please feel free to let me know. We have defensive tackle Tywone Malone from Ole Miss. Speaking of Ole Miss, real quickly, earlier this week, I believe it was Monday, their head coach Lane Kiffin did what Lane Kiffin always does, and that's a troll job. And he put on his Twitter page nothing but the Florida spring game, and zoomed in on the TV screen, took a picture where it said 7-7, and tweeted that out. I'm assuming he's just making fun of them for having absolutely no offense at all. But Lane Kiffin does some stuff that's funny, some stuff that's stupid, but Lane Kiffin's always going to be Lane Kiffin. Defensive back Jaquez Robinson from Alabama. Cornerback Josh DeBerry from Boston College. Wide receiver Jordan Hudson is transferring from TCU. So, of course, there's a lot of the rumor mill going around that he is transferring to Clemson. Of course, people are going to say that because Clemson's offensive play caller is now Garrett Riley, who was at TCU last year. So, of course, when a wide receiver announces he is transferring, people are going to say he is going to follow his old play caller. Whether or not that's true, I guess we'll find out in the coming days. Tight end Elijah Brown from Alabama. Linebacker Brendan Grant, Florida State. Quarterback Harrison Bailey, UNLV. Now, those of you that watch these videos that live in the South, you should recognize the name Harrison Bailey. He played high school in the Atlanta area, and Harrison Bailey has the arm of Jake Fromm, has the arm of Jimmy Garoppolo. In other words, he has a noodle arm. He can throw the ball about 15 yards, maybe. That's pushing it. But for whatever reason, he was either a 4-star or 5-star coming out of high school, which is completely being overrated. He's maybe a 2-star guy. But because people talked about how good he was, he transferred to Tennessee, and he was about 4th on their depth chart because he sucks. So he transferred to UNLV, and he couldn't start at UNLV because he sucks. So we'll find out where he goes. Now, if he's smart, he's going to go to a 1AA school or a Division II school. He's just not good enough to be a Division I quarterback. But hopefully he'll go somewhere and have a good final season of college football. But if it's for a Division I school, it won't work out. Running back Savion Wilkerson from Jackson State. Edge Derek McClendon from Florida State. Quarterback Ben Finley from NC State. That caught a lot of people by surprise because since their quarterback from the last 14 years, Devin Leary, transferred, everybody thought Ben Finley would be their starting quarterback. Now he is transferring. Tight end Varquez Gomes of North Texas. Wide receiver Brennan Thompson from Texas. Offensive lineman Matthew Wyckoff, Texas A&M. Offensive lineman Caleb Etienne, Oklahoma State. He has already announced he is transferring to Brigham Young University. Wide receiver Tarvarish Dawson of Auburn, and he might as well transfer because Auburn has no quarterback to throw him the football. Defensive tackle Bear Alexander, Georgia, and linebacker Desmond Tisdale from Auburn. Again, any thoughts on this, please feel free to let me know. These are the players that have announced they're transferring in about the last 2 or 3 weeks, ever since the team they are currently playing for has played their spring game, and most of them are transferring because either they don't like the new coach, they don't like the new coordinator on whatever side of the ball they play on, or they have lost their starting job or been told they might lose their starting job, so they have decided they will transfer and go play somewhere else. Homes for Our Troops is a publicly funded 501c nonprofit organization that builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post 9/11 veterans. Since the 2004 inception, nearly 90 cents of every dollar spent has gone directly to our program services for veterans. Visit at hfotusa.org. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. Julie Andrews will no longer endorse cheap lipstick. It crumbles easily and makes her breath smell. She explained, the super color fragile lipstick gives me halitosis. And that does it for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.